Hey, good morning. What's up, peeps? Senior Jesus Believer here, and check this out. So, I've had quite a number of people inquire as to how I do the photo animation with my still shots. Well, first of all, I use the free Enlight Pixaloop app. So, let's go ahead and open it up. So, I will be performing this on a Samsung Galaxy Note 8. So I do have the stylus, which allows for much more pinpoint accuracy when doing the photo animations. So let's start here. We'll come into Pixaloop, hit new creation. Of course, it's going to pull up the gallery, and somewhere down here, aha. So I have been meaning to animate this particular image. This image is from the Fairlawn Bridge in Radford, Virginia, crossing over the New River. And so, yeah, let's start here, peeps. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. All right. The Enlight Pixaloop app is generally pretty simple to use. As you'll see, you have a taskbar down here. Has many options, effects, elements, overlay, sounds, camera effects, and adjust. Some of them are pro features, yada, yada, yada. You can go through those and play with them as you wish. For myself, on pretty much 99% of the animations I do, I will be utilizing the animate. So we click on animate, and of course you do have a couple things. You've got speed and freeze and unfreeze and loop and all sorts of goodies. Here again, so far 100% of the time, I've only used the anchor and the path settings. So let's go ahead and get started animating this image. So in this particular case, or in all cases as a matter of fact, I start with anchor. Now, what I do is start anchoring, and my objective is to basically keep the top of the subject that I do not want to be animated. I try and keep the halfway point, the horizontal halfway point of the diamond at or just above the landscape. So as you can see, I'm trying to stay right above it. Again, I am using the stylus that is equipped with the Note series, which I have been a Note 4 user for many, many years. I did have a Note 5. Personally, I don't care for the Note 8 in regards to the fact that curved screens have got to be the dumbest thing I have ever seen on a smartphone. Especially for writing, if you do have the functionality of, say, an S Pen or stylus, the curved screens are absolutely terrible for drawing and writing. Okay, guys, so as you can see, I quickly went across the top of that landscape and just separated it from the clouds. Now, it is very simple to hit path and simply start on one side of the screen and doing your best to draw a straight line, in which some cases I have actually utilized a straight edge, but there again, because of the curved screen, a lot of straight edges will actually affect the screen and not allow for me to utilize the S Pen as such. So as you can see, I am currently doing the paths. These are pretty simple. Trying my best to draw a straight line this morning is pretty terrible, I see. So, there you go. Now that is the beginnings of a basic animation. Now, a couple little tidbits on this. All right, if you look over here to the left, just above the taskbar that where the path is at, you'll see the back arrow. That's simply an undo arrow. So as you'll see up at the top of the image, that upper arrow has been removed. So I will go ahead and draw that back in. So there you go. That is simply just an undo arrow. All right. So what we want to do, just to verify that none of the landscape is moving that we had anchored, we want to hit this play button. The play button is on the right hand side of the screen and just above the taskbar. So we'll hit play, we'll see the clouds start moving. Now I utilize the back key that is the Android back key, not the app back key, but I use the Android back key. Of course, mine is native, so it is on the left hand side. Most non-native Android phones will have it on the right hand side. So if you hit that back once, bada bing, bada boom, there you go. So now you have successfully animated your first photo. So it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward to get that done. Now let's go ahead and tinker around a little bit more. So we'll go back down to animate. Come here. Now we're going to go ahead and do anchor again, and let's see about getting the water to move in this image, because sometimes the water movement as well can be super cool and a bonus added effect. So it's not as often. Sometimes it's challenging. I've found doing animated water, especially when the water is really clear and you can see rocks, can make it a little bit more challenging to make the animation of water look good. As well, shadows can play a role. So as you see, there is a shadow that is going to be on the side with the water, so it will be animated along with the water, and we'll just have to see how that plays out. Alright, so there you go. That is anchored off, so we can add one there just in case. Put one there. So just correcting those on the left side, add a little bit just to ensure the landscape does not move. So let's check this out. Now, to do the path, simply start. In this case, I'm just going to start in the middle and just give a little bit of bump. So hopefully this will create a unique desired effect. So again, I'll use the Android back key. Mine is on the correct side, the left side. And there you have it, peeps. So it is pretty simple to do photo animations when you have landscapes, if you're just trying to do like cloud movements or maybe a stream bed movement. I have done some creeks and some streams. They do turn out pretty nice in some cases. You just got to be really cautious about shadows and rocks popping through, because they can just make it look real peculiar, make it not look right. But yep, so that is an animated photo, and using the Enlight Pixaloop app. Totally stoked with it. So once you've created your image and you have gone over your landscape, basically again, you're just trying to look over your landscape wherever you anchored it at, and just make sure that your anchors were in a position that keep the landscape still while you animate everything else. And it looks like this one's pretty good. The little peninsula coming off the shoreline there is pretty good. So yeah, this one turned out really well. Pretty stoked with it. So once you are happy and satisfied with your finished product, go up to the top right. Of course, there's export. Now here's the cool part. If you do have the fancy pro version or paid version, you can definitely do 2K and 4K videos. Mine are all done in 1080, which is fine. They still make for some quite quality images, and quite honestly, most people's eyeballs couldn't even see the difference between them. In this case, I'm going to set it to 60 seconds. I do 60-second video clips, and I'll probably put a little bit of music in the background on this one. later on using my Filmmaker app, but I simply just wanted to go over how I utilize the Enlight Pixaloop app to animate some basic landscape shots. So, all right, guys, I really hope this helped y'all out, and I look forward to seeing you guys start utilizing this app and start making some really cool photos out of some old still shots. Remember, I mean, you can use this, play around with it in so many different ways, and I've even done one where I was up against a brick wall and all the brick wall is moving around, and just a really, really neat effect. So, all right, guys, hope y'all are doing well. As always, go find your walk with Jesus, and if you have any questions or need any hints or tips, just leave me a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Peace.